What a night in Spartanburg. We had a pair of Atlantic Sun Conference teams absolutely hungry for a victory in conference play. And Tom Van Hoy, this one did not disappoint. It turned into an absolute thriller. And I think we'll begin by taking a look back at how it ended, the final seconds of Upstate's win over the Jacksonville Dolphins.
Yeah, it came down as Edwards got a shot up, the ball bounced away, and then Hicks able to hit that jumper for the win.
So there's a look back at the final seconds of that basketball game. And Tom, when you wrap this thing up as a whole and wrap your mind around it, we saw maybe a little bit of a sloppy start to this game on both sides, but in the end it turned out to be everything we could have asked for and a whole lot more.
Well, it's a tale of two halves, with all due respect to Charles Dickens from that standpoint. Off to a horrible start with Jacksonville. They went 0 for 9. They got down in this one and unable to really take command of the game was Upstate. In the second half was back and forth all the way, and it changed hands a couple of different times and eventually would come with the win for USC Upstate.
We're going to take a look back at the entire highlight package from this game. There are plenty of them. You'll see a number of different scorers. It'll be heavy on Brittany Starling, who was outstanding down the stretch even though she was playing with 4 fouls. And then, of course, it wraps up with a Hicks shot. But you're going to see a lot of different contributors for USC Upstate here.
Yeah, Edwards hit a couple of them back-to-back, and then here came Jacksonville. They finally hit some baskets there in the second half after only 4 in the first half. Brown was very good in this one, Brianna Brown, and Hicks was big. The 3 that she hit there, I thought was huge as well, and the dribble drive and a great block inside there. Defense was good as well.
Well, you talk about the 3 that Hicks hit. It gets lost, as you mentioned a little bit ago, in what she was able to do at the end. But she hits a big 3. Brittany Starling down the stretch with those 4 fouls, as we talked about, not shying away. She eclipses the rebounding mark that she needed. She gets 1 rebound short of a double-double, pulls into 7th all-time in that category in school history.
Yeah, then Quincy also able to hit a big shot down late, and then Haddock was a big contributor as well. A lot along the way to Starling, who only played 3 minutes first half, big in the second half with 14 out of her 16.
Here's Edwards as she tried to hit that final shot. Ends up in the hands of Shelby Hicks, and as she did a year ago, comes away with a buzzer beater, the ball leaving her hands with just under a second remaining in game action. She saved us from some overtime and gave Upstate their 10th victory of the year. Here's a look at the numbers overall in the 66-64 win.
Well, actually, Jacksonville only 5 field goals first half. They ended up at 40%, and he had a couple of 3-pointers. Reddick knocked them down to get them back into the ball game. Got to the foul line a lot of the first half and in the second half as well. Not much for Upstate, and then a lot of offensive rebounds in this one, a lot of turnovers as well. You look at the points off turnovers there, but it was a very competitive ball game down the stretch.
Well, those are the overall team stats. As we look at individual performances, obviously Hicks has to be there. She hits the game-winning shot, had 9 very important points in that stretch run. And then Brittany Starling, as we said, 16 points, just 1 rebound shy of yet another double-double for the impressive junior here at Upstate.
Yeah, Starling had 14 of those in the second half, only played just a couple minutes in the first half, and Hicks scored all 9 of hers in the second half. Was a big 3. She's a veteran presence, and I thought given some circumstances that went on with some foul troubles that she was very big, and obviously very big in this game late.
We talked a great deal throughout the night about what an important game this was in the Atlantic Sun Conference standings. As you can see, Upstate separates themselves from Jacksonville, and instead of being the team at the very bottom where the Dolphins now find themselves, the Spartans are in that middle pack with a chance to climb toward the top based upon what happens elsewhere tonight.
Yeah, I think you can draw the line below Stetson there, but they got beat tonight though, and Florida Gulf Coast and Stetson the top 2 probably, but North Kentucky got a good win there, but it was a very big win for Upstate. Only 2 games at home. They go back on the road. They got North Florida coming in on Saturday, and then they go back out on the road. So I thought it was imperative that they win this ball game tonight, and they were able to pull it out.
Big one coming up with another team coming in on Saturday that will have an identical conference win mark with the Upstate Spartans, and they're going to have plenty of momentum after that shot by Shelby Hicks. We encourage you to keep up with the thoughts of Coach Tammy George, as well as all the inside information on this basketball team with Center Court every Wednesday night, released at 6 p.m. on UpstateSpartans.com. And our next broadcast on ESPN3 will be on Saturday, a 2 p.m. tip with the North Florida Ospreys, another big one, Tom Van Hoy.
Yeah, coming up, and we talked about they were all 1-4 coming in, Jacksonville, Upstate, as well as North Florida, so that'll be an interesting ball game as well. They'll bring in some very good players into the arena on Saturday.
This night will be remembered for an offensive rebound and a shot with no time remaining by Shelby Hicks, which sent them home happy from the Hodge Center. The final 66-64 as Upstate picks up their 2nd conference win of the year, a victory over the Jacksonville Dolphins.